Mikey Garcia here. Just want to remind you and recommend the fighter training stack. Helps you improve your speed, recovery, and if you want to take your training to that next level, like all the world champions and like myself, then I suggest you take on the fighter training stack by Snack.
Guys, the cameras are all here. Do not get in front of the media, please. Team Malignaggi. Everybody stand up to the side, please. We're about to get started.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming out here today at the Harley-Davidson of Brandon for the final press conference for Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship 6. The line is drawn. What's going on, guys? Come on. If that's the best you can do, then you've got a lot of work ahead of you. Let's go ahead and let's talk brass tacks, ladies and gentlemen. This is beyond history in the making, what is transpiring this Saturday at the Expo Hall at the Florida State Fairgrounds. This is the first ever legal, state-sanctioned bare knuckle fighting event in Florida history. And if that wasn't enough, the fight card is stacked from top to bottom, but let's go ahead and let's start at the top. A lot of people say it's lonely at the top, but it's not going to be lonely at the top on Saturday at the Expo Hall, because we have the most anticipated fight in modern bare knuckle history. I'm talking about Artem the Russian Hammer Lobov and Paulie Magic Man Malignaggi. We are only 6 events in, and the entire combat sports world is talking about this event. And as you can see, the main event is amazing, but not only that, we have so much more to offer Saturday night, live on pay-per-view around the world. We have got the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship Lightweight Tournament Final, where one man is going to walk away with the Police Gazette American Bare Knuckle Lightweight Championship and the Bare Knuckle World Lightweight Championship. And our 2 finalists, Brutal Johnny Bedford and Reggie Easy Educated Hands Barnett Jr. And not only that, we have got 2 veterans that are going to lock horns in our co-main event. Dakota Cochran, an MMA veteran of 45 professional fights and a bare knuckle record of 1-0, going against a UFC veteran, the former WEC middleweight champion of the world, and now a bare knuckle record of 2-0, Chris the Crippler Lehman. We could go on and on, ladies and gentlemen, but there's so much that's happening in this sport. We are turning the world on its ear and letting people know that bare knuckle is not only here to stay, but we are making noise. We are making noise like no other combat sport in history has. And you gotta get excited about that. Come on, guys, get excited about that. All right, I'm about to pop a mitral valve, so I'm gonna take it down a notch. So what I'm gonna do right now, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm gonna turn it over to the man with the vision. The man that made this happen. The man that says, I will not take no for an answer. This is the next big thing, and it will come to fruition, hell or high water. And here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, the president of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championships, Mr. David Feldman.
Thank you, guys. It's amazing to be here in the state of Florida. I want to say first, thank you so much for giving us the open arms here to Patrick Cunningham, the Executive Director for Florida State Athletic Commission. He's made this process and this transition coming into Florida very, very seamless and very easy, so thank you, Patrick. Thank you to all the sponsors that are involved. Thank you to everybody that really helped make this thing possible. We've been working really hard. Our team has been working really hard for the past year, and you know, now 1 year later, we're literally the most talked about combat sporting event of the entire summer of 2019 here with Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. So I want to personally give my team a round of applause. All right, and as Jeff introduced some of the undercard fights, I mean, this card is truly stacked from top to bottom. And I'm not, you know, a lot of promoters go up there and say, we got a great card, it's stacked from top to bottom. Every fight on this card can be fight of the night. And, you know, this could probably going to cost our promotion a lot of money because we're going to have to throw out a lot of bonuses on Saturday night. So, and we're happy to do that. But to be able to be here in the state of Florida promoting an event of this magnitude, it really says something about the vision that we have and the team we have surrounding us. So we're happy about that. But I mean, this main event, so there's a lot of fights that happen in combat sports, and there's a lot of fabricated stuff that this guy doesn't like this guy and that guy doesn't like that guy, and they talk a little smack talk. I mean, there's no fabrication here. These are two guys that genuinely have dislike for each other, and you know, they each think that they have a reason to have that dislike. And because of that, the whole world's watching right now. We have former UFC veteran, really tough dude, man, fought in April 6th, fought Jason Knight in Biloxi on pay-per-view, probably one of the best fights of the year. I mean, this guy throws down, and you know, he's taken on former two-time world champion Paulie Malignaggi, who's been in there with the best in the world, probably one of the best pure boxers to really ever step into the game. This is boxing versus MMA. So they say it's not boxing versus MMA. This is boxing versus MMA. It's a boxer versus an MMA fighter in a middle ground. This is boxing versus MMA. It truly is, because now we're going to see in the middle ground who can win. Who can win in this middle ground? Can it be a pure boxer like Paulie Malignaggi, or can it be the rough, tough guy that comes to fight and the hard-nosed guy like Artem Lobov? Well, we're going to find out on Saturday night. And again, I just want to say thank you to all the media covering this event. Tickets are still available at BAREKNUCKLE.tv because we opened up the upper level. We sold out everything else, so we opened up the upper level. Tampa is really welcoming us, and we're very happy about that. This fight is available on pay-per-view all around the United States and Canada on all the cable networks and all the satellite providers, all of them. All the big guys in the United States or Canada on the pay-per-view channel, or if you can't get it there around the world, it's streaming on Fight TV. So make sure you tune into this epic event. You don't want to wake up Sunday morning and say, I should have watched that event. Watch this event. Get here live if you can. It's going to be an epic event. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Dave. We're going to start things off at this press conference, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to start things off with the participants that have gone through a very rigorous tournament, which began on June the 2nd of last year. It was an 8-man tournament that is down to the final 2. And these gentlemen are actually going to be vying for the very first ever Police Gazette American Bare Knuckle Lightweight Championship. It is one of the oldest combat sports championships in history. Absolutely. And these two are just the purest fighters, and they come from different worlds. Boxing, MMA. You're going to see just an amazing duel between two world-class athletes. So I'm going to bring up to the podium right now one half of that final. So please welcome UFC veteran, Brutal Johnny Bedford.
Tampa, Florida, thank you guys for having us. Really excited about this. This has been a fight that's been in fruition for a year now. Reggie and I both fought on the first bare knuckle card. We went together collectively to make this tournament happen, and here we are a year later. We're going to find out who the baddest man at 135 is. I put my work in, he's put his work in. The talking's done. I'm ready to put on a show tomorrow night, or Saturday night I should say. Leave it all out there for sure. The fans are going to win. The fans are going to win on Saturday night for sure.
Thank you, Johnny. Now the second half up to the podium. This is a man who has been synonymous with bare knuckle just as much as Mr. Johnny Bedford from Chesapeake, Virginia, undefeated as a bare knuckle fighter at 3-0. Please welcome Reggie Easy Educated Hands Barnett Jr.
I'm the shortest one here, but it's all good. First of all, as always, I want to thank my boss, Dave Feldman. I've been here since the tryout in Philly. I wasn't given my spot, I earned it. You know, I've been through this tournament. I've showed up every time. I've never had one lackluster performance. I haven't made any excuses for my performances, and everybody knows what they can expect from me on Saturday night. And I just hope Johnny Bedford's ready for it too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, next up, we're going to put on display the co-main event tomorrow. Once again, this is going to be live worldwide on pay-per-view and Fight TV. To find out how to order it, you can actually watch it through bareknuckle.tv or contact your local cable provider. So first up to the stage, this individual was a last-minute replacement, but I'm going to tell you, he's not a last-minute kind of guy. He has a bare-knuckle background. He has an MMA background. He is as veteran as they come, and I honestly think that this is going to make that fight, the co-main event, that much more interesting. Please welcome to the podium, Dakota Cochran.
What's up, guys? Yeah, last-minute replacement, not a big deal for me. I've taken last-minute fights a lot in my career, done well. I'm gonna come out and fight hard. Bare knuckle is super interesting to me. I think I was kind of built for it, so I appreciate the opportunity. And yeah, it's gonna be a hell of a fight. He's gonna throw hard, I'm gonna throw hard. We'll see who comes out on top.
Thank you, Dakota. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, a man who needs no introduction anywhere in the civilized world of combat sports. One of the most tenured veterans of the UFC. He was the very first ever WEC middleweight champion of the world, and he is taken to bare knuckle fighting like a fish to water. And you all saw his amazing knockout at Bare Knuckle Fighting Championships 5, and I think that same tenacity and ferocity is going to carry over here in Florida. Please welcome the one and only Chris the Crippler Lieben.
What's up, guys? Yeah, last minute we had to switch opponents, so my hat's off to Dakota for stepping up and getting in here. And you know what? I've seen him do this before. I saw him do it to Johnny Hendricks. I fought right after that fight. I know what this guy's capable of. You know, definitely poses some interesting threats. Not what I was training for. Not anything like my last opponent, you know. Different style. He hits a lot harder. He comes forward. So, you know, I'm going to have to rely on, you know, what I would like to think are my veteran abilities to make these adjustments, you know, and go out there and perform Saturday night. I mean, it's going to be, we both go hard. I think this is going to be one to watch for sure.
Thank you very much, Chris. Now, before we bring up the main event to say what is absolutely going to be a war of words today, but there aren't going to be any words going down on Saturday. That is for damn sure. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring to the podium, he is one half of our dynamic commentary team. He is a 5-time boxing light heavyweight champion of the world, and you may know him from Rocky Balboa as Mason the Line Dixon. Please welcome to the podium to give his 2 cents about Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship 6, the one and only Antonio Tarver.
Just want to welcome everyone to sunny Tampa, Florida. Want to just thank David Philbin for his vision for Bare Knuckle. Started with them last year, and man, we're here. Never thought we'd be in Florida, but we're here. And once you come to Florida, then that opens up the whole world for you. So Vegas, New York, here we come. So I just want to say I know both of the main event guys very, very well. I had a chance to meet Artem the last fight. Man, what a really amazing athlete. I know Paulie. Paulie's 2-time world boxing champ. It don't get any better than that. So I'm just here to say welcome to Tampa, and I want all of Tampa to come out, because if you've never seen bare knuckle, you don't want to miss this. This is the ultimate combat sport. So see you Saturday night, Fairground.
All right, and we have a special bare knuckle shout out to former boxing world champion James DeGaulle. We definitely want to give him a very special shout out. Hey, we have got to recognize our warriors from every stretch of the combat sports world.
By the way. That shit is velvet, bro.
Olympic gold medalist too.
Olympic gold medalist.
Olympic gold medalist.
He's wearing velvet.
What can I say? That hasn't already been said right there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now this is it. This is the fight that the entire world has been talking about. The speculation, the hype that has been going behind this machine is finally going to come to fruition this Saturday at the Expo Hall at the Florida State Fairgrounds. So first up to the mic, this individual completely and totally not only shocked the world, but made a believer out of those who were on the fence about bare knuckle fighting in the United States when he gave us one of the most dynamic bare knuckle fights in modern history. Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship 5 against Jason Knight, a 5-round war of attrition. And now he is going to be stepping into the ring for the second time as a bare knuckle professional in possibly one of the biggest fights of his life. And I know he's ready. Ladies and gentlemen, Artem the Russian Hammer Lobov.
What's up, guys? Good to be here. Thank you all for coming. I really appreciate your time. I know it wouldn't be possible without you. You know, you spread the word and you let people know about this event that we have. So thank you for that. I've seen these guys here with Magic. I thought this was fucking Magic Mike crew here to perform. Just don't get naked, guys, yeah?
Why not?
You don't want to embarrass yourself, mate. There he goes. Oh, Jesus. This is getting cringy, for fuck's sake. Whatever. Here, listen, guys, the talk is over for me. You know what I mean? I've said everything I had to say. I just want to get this man in there on Saturday night and show the world what happens when you run your fucking mouth the way he did. You know, he's coming off a couch. This guy is only here for the money. We all know it. This is, once again, like I said, the sad truth of boxing. Could happen to any one of us. You know, 1 in 5 boxer retires with brain damage, and they're all broke. This is just the sad truth of combat sports. This happened to Paulie, unfortunately. So unfortunately, he is here, having to do that. But you know, what are you gonna do? Saturday night, he's gonna make a nice paycheck. I'm gonna make 2 holes on his head, and we're gonna go home happy. Thank you so much.
Big crowd.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you could cut the tension in the air with a knife. His opponent, who will be making his bare knuckle debut Saturday night at the Expo Hall at the Florida State Fairgrounds. This individual is synonymous in the world of professional boxing. He is a former IBF Junior Welterweight Champion of the World, former WBA Welterweight Champion of the World, Showtime Boxing Analyst Extraordinaire, holding a current record of 36 victories opposite 8 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, Paulie the Magic Man Malignaggi.
First off, I want to thank the state of Florida for okaying bare knuckle boxing. As Antonio said, it's a growing sport, and it was a pleasant surprise to find out that the fight was going to be down here. I have a second home down here, and I'm down here a lot, so it's sort of my home away from home. You know, me as an originally Brooklynite, but I spend a lot of time in Florida, and it's going to feel good to be down here and competing in this state. So shout out to the Florida Commission for okaying the sport, and hopefully we get this okayed in many other sports. Going back to the main event, obviously I don't think there's a lot to say that hasn't already been said, but you know, I thought Artem was here to say the talk was over. And then he started talking. So he can't even figure out what he's doing. This guy's so nervous, he doesn't even know what he's gonna do yet. This guy's so nervous, he doesn't even know what he's gonna do when the bell rings either. He doesn't know which way to run, left or right, when I start punching his face in. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna punch the shit out of you, buddy. You know what's great? You know what's the best part about this card is it is a great card. I mean, you know, Barnett and Bedford, you got Lieben and Cochran, you know, this solid matchups, really exciting fights. And then you're gonna get a mismatch where I'm gonna pummel the shit out of this guy like he fucking stole something. I'm gonna beat you like your fucking father. Because obviously they didn't teach you any manners in your family. So I'm gonna beat the shit out of you like your daddy and teach you some manners, okay? Because first of all the talk I've done was because you guys started this shit, not me, all right? I know. Buddy, you wanna talk about an old man. Buddy, this right here is a Rolex. You can't afford this. You can't afford this watching with your purse. The hand I slapped you with last month, I was wearing a $100,000 Audemars. My man. I know, my grandfather. I know, everything's my grandfather's. Everything's my, everything belongs to my grandfather.
No, you moved back with your parents.
No, was that what he said? Yeah. Which parent did I move into with? My mother or father? Which parents did I move back? Which parent? Want to get smacked again? 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 Buddy, you're too slow. Like I only warn you because I don't want to smack you. You're too slow.
I just want to get paid. That's the only reason.
You do want to get paid. Oh, okay. So who's broke? Shut the fuck up, Dennis. I'm talking about other people. I just want to get paid. You broke bitch. Sit the fuck down. It's your biggest fight of your career because you started shit with me. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I don't need money. I like money. There's a difference. You need money. There's a fucking difference. Fuck out of here. This guy always has nothing to say, and then he talks more when I'm on stage than when he's on stage. You know that? This guy always has nothing to say when he gets up here. Then I get on stage and he wants to talk more than me. But you get to go first every time, and then you never say shit until I get up here.
This is not a fucking wedding. I want to answer to anything you gotta say, you motherfucker.
You want to? What am I giving you an interview? Artem, how was camp? Was it good? Artem, how many sparring partners beat the shit out of you in the past month? You okay? How many of the boxers really fucked you up in the past month? You want to give a question and answer? I'm giving it to you. Question and answer. Yeah. On Saturday, after I beat the shit out of you, you're gonna bet everything out of me. What are you gonna do? You're too slow. You're too slow. Relax. You're too slow. Relax. You're too slow. Watch yourself. Watch yourself now, because now you started it. Watch yourself. Watch yourself. Watch yourself, buddy. Watch yourself now. Watch yourself.
That's not a question.
Because you know how it goes now. Watch yourself. You've already been spit on and smacked already. Watch yourself. You know how it goes now. You know how it goes now. I don't have anything else to say. Saturday night, I'll let these fish do the talking. That's it. We're done.
Q&A session with our round table up here with Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship 6 and our athletes. So if you have a question for any one of these specific athletes, please let us know and we can go ahead and get those questions answered and get you that much more excited for Saturday night. Raise your hands, let us know. Right there.
How you guys doing? Chris from Kansas. Question for Johnny and Reggie. Reggie, your last fight, Bare Knuckle 5 up in Mississippi, your opponent didn't want to engage with you. That's not going to happen with Johnny. Johnny's going to come forward and put his feet on the line. Are you ready for what he's coming with?
Yes, exactly, and that's what I want. I want Rusty engaged. I want Johnny engaged. The question is, can he handle what comes back at him when he engages me?
And Johnny, same question. We know Reggie's coming. I was at the last event, and David stepped back there and said, there's bonus money for the guys that stand on the line and put it on there and toe that line. You call that Abby Velasquez, he wasn't willing to stand with you on that line. You're not going to have that same problem with Reggie Barnett.
Yes, I am. Reggie Barnett will not toe the line. He wants to act like a tough guy in the media. We know who's going to be on their heels. It's just the way it is. We're just two different people. I've said it all along.
Yeah, you talk a good game, Johnny. You got your skill set, I got my skill set, and we'll see which one manifests itself on Saturday.
Let me ask you, who would you rather watch fight? Me or Reggie Barnett?
They said it.
Barnett, it says his manager, right? Because no one wants to watch some snooze fest. Nobody wants to watch this bum go to a decision. We want to watch people get finished, right? Your boy's about to get finished on Saturday night. We're two different people. What do you want to watch? You can watch a bunch of bees kill a man, have to fast forward it, right? Like watch this poor bastard die a slow death, or do you want to watch a fucking grizzly bear show up and eat that bastard? Right? That's the difference. Who's the grizzly bear, Reggie? Who's the grizzly bear? I'm gonna fucking eat you, bro.
Okay, bro, I want to see you fucking eat me. You gotta catch me first, bitch.
And run, right? Sting like a bumblebee, right? Just,
It's not running, it's called fighting smart.
It's called running.
Okay.
It's called running.
See, you say
Win
it's running
decision.
because you know you can't handle my skill set.
Let's get
Plain and simple.
Congratulations, Reggie. You can win a bunch of decisions and not get hit a bunch. You're real tough. Nobody wants to see you fucking fight.
Bobby Gunn said it himself.
Nobody
Bare
wants
knuckle
to see
is
you
chest,
fight.
not checkers, you idiot.
Who wants to see? Who wants to see
Get
you
on my
fight?
level.
Levels. Finish somebody. You got a fucking to-go box at lunch today.
The last time I checked, the last legally sanctioned bare knuckle match went, what was it, 72 rounds in 2 hours. You lucky I only got 10 minutes to whoop your ass.
You couldn't finish me in 72 fucking hours. You haven't finished a fucking cold, bro. Who are you finishing? What are you gonna do? If we fought 72 rounds, you fucking die. You can't finish nobody. 72 rounds?
Johnny and Reggie.
All right. A heated exchange, and like I said, we're going to see what transpires on Saturday. Before we go on, do we have a handheld mic on the floor? Do we have one available? Yeah, we'll go back and forth. Okay. So once again, if you have a question for any of the athletes, please go ahead and call for the mic, and we'll get to you. Right there.
Hold on before I was done. Also, you guys are fighting for the oldest, most coveted title in combat sports. Besides the disdain for each other, I'd like to hear from both of you. What does that mean to you to get this title, whoever wins, on Saturday night?
Johnny, you don't want you get started running.
You have any extra question? Me, I'm going to be the first lightweight bare knuckle champion, the first African American lightweight bare knuckle champion in history. Plain and simple.
Obviously, we're fighting for a pretty big title here. The first ever, right? And that belt's going back to Texas Sunday. I can promise you that.
Thanks, guys.
All right, who do we have next? Right there.
Justin Sims with Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship and Punchline. This question is for all the fighters. What do you feel is the most dangerous element in your opponent's game that they bring Saturday night?
Reggie, why don't you start with it and make it pass it down?
The only advantage that Johnny has over me is his size. Nothing else.
I'd say my guy is aggressive. He's a quick starter. You know, I've seen him start and end fights fast, so I need to be prepared for that.
What is this, a fucking compliment fest? Fuck out of here, he doesn't do shit.
Guys, I swear to God, enough of the fucking talking. Let's get to the fight already. We're here to watch that fight. I wanna whoop this motherfucker so bad. Honestly, you've seen, I actually like the last guy, and you've seen what happened to him. So you can only imagine what I'm gonna do to this motherfucker.
I'd say his size is going to be a little bit of an advantage, and you know, obviously his size is power. So
I'm not too worried about Reggie. What he brings to the table. We've watched it. We've all seen it. I'm too big. He said it. Too big, too strong, and too fucking mean.
Okay, right there.
Susan Singari, Must Love MMA. By the way, can't wait to see all you guys fight this weekend. Mr. Feldman, have you heard any rumors to confirm whether Mr. Conor McGregor would be attending the fight? I know you said you would open him with open arms.
No, I haven't heard whether he's coming for sure or not, and I don't think he'll make that announcement if he comes. See his boy, you know, he's going to come. But if he doesn't, he doesn't. This is going to be a great epic event. If Conor comes or he doesn't, I mean, these guys are, you know, this is the biggest combat sporting event anywhere right now, and that's all we're really concentrating on. So if, you know, if he makes his way here, we're going to welcome him, and it'll be great. And if he doesn't, you know, we're going to get on with the party.
Then I just have one more question for Paulie. Paulie, I know that there's no love lost between you and Artem, but do you respect him as a fighter at all?
I respect nothing about this guy.
Artem, same question for you. There's no love lost between you and Paulie, obviously, but do you respect him at all as a fighter?
Come on now, no one respects this guy. How could you respect this guy? I guarantee you his own parents are watching him at home going, where did it all go wrong? Like, how did we not bring this guy up the right way? What is wrong with our son? I guarantee it happens like this. And they probably ask him the same question, son, what is wrong with you? Like, I mean, seriously, like, look at what you're doing. You know, there is such thing as building a fight. That's no problem, of course. We're going in to fight each other. You know, that takes certain level of, you know, intent that you have to have. You know, you're going in there to hurt the guy, and he's going to do the same to you. So that's understandable. But this guy has crossed over the line, and I think anybody that has any kind of respect in them, that understands what respect is, will not be on this guy's side.
Thank you very much, and good luck, everybody.
Next question. Right there. Right there.
My question's for Chris Lieben. You were talking about...
Please speak up, please.
Sorry.
Thank you.
You were talking about your veteran abilities coming into this fight. What would you say is your strongest attribute that you bring into the squared circle?
You know, man, all you gotta do is pull up YouTube and watch me fight. You know, if anybody wants to know, that's why I don't need to stand up here and talk a bunch of shit about my opponent and this and that, because everybody knows Saturday night what I'm gonna do. There's no secret. There's no secret. Everybody knows how I fight. They know what I do, and that's what they're gonna see on Saturday night. I'm gonna let my actions speak.
All right, this is going to be the final question, so right there. You want to do two more? You got it.
Nick Totoro, how you doing? For Paulie and Artem, down the line, after you all settle this beef, you think there's any chance you guys might break bread and go to a movie or some shit? I'm just curious, like down the line, I mean, like, after all the bloodshed is spilled, you know, do you think, is there any chance that, you know, you guys might have a slice of pizza or something? Just curious, I don't know.
I don't know, Nick. Hasn't really crossed my mind. Aside from the pizza.
What about you, Artem?
I won't shake his hand, but I will shake his brain.
All right. Right here.
Thanks. Mark Charles, TGIF Radio and the Octagram. First for Artem, no disrespect, but you know, the slap, the spit, a win obviously would be great, but what more do you have to do to really get even with Paulie?
Well, number one, I just want to hurt this guy. I don't think how much he's able to take. He doesn't want this. You know, at 40 years of age, when you're coming off a couch, you don't want to be in there no more. You know, every fighter knows what I'm talking about when I say there's a fire burning in your chest when you're just up on camera and you want to go and get it. He doesn't have that. That fire has been put out by the donuts and the pizzas that this guy has been consuming. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to whoop this guy for the whole world. The whole world wants me to whoop this guy. Happy to do it for you guys.
And over to Paulie, one more. You obviously don't have no respect for him, and but we saw him have a bare knuckle fight, and you know he really put a lot in the ring that night. You honestly don't think that changed the dynamic of the psychology of the fight or anything at all after you saw the fight with Jason Knight?
Psychology in what way?
Just in terms of watching him, really put it all in for 3 rounds and get cut up, and just a brutal fight.
But yeah, I've seen $400 fighters do that. You know, I don't need to see Artem Lobov and do it to respect him as an opponent. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen guys who fight in ballrooms for $400 do the same shit. Like, that doesn't impress me. Like, I can respect character. Sure, he shows some character, but that doesn't impress me as far as what I'm supposed to think. Like, oh my God, what am I getting myself into? That's what you think I'm going to think when I watch that. I thought he blew the fight. When I watched that fight, I thought he blew the fight. I thought everybody's going to realize, well, this fucking guy sucks. Like, this guy sucks. Now nobody's going to watch this fight. That's what I thought. The fact that guys like you are actually think about, like, it's the respect to be given for that performance, aside from character, where should I come in thinking, like, second-guessing myself based on that performance? I thought I was going to see better, to tell you the truth. That was pitiful, bro.
Win, lose, or draw, is this a one and done for you with bare knuckle?
I don't know. I'm focused on Saturday night.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Mr. David Feldman and our athletes representing the hottest ticket this summer, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship 6, we would like to thank you for attending this final press conference before the war begins. Now, before we close out, we'd also like to let you know about the other events that are going to be taking place leading up to Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship 6. This afternoon at 6 o'clock this evening at Calta's 24/7 Fitness, we will actually be holding Bare Knuckle Open tryouts. That's right, we're looking for the next generation of bare knuckle brawlers to step up and see if they have what it takes to step into the squared circle and toe the line. So that's 6 p.m., Calta's 24/7 Fitness, and then of course tomorrow, the official weigh-ins and face-offs will be at the Expo Hall at the Florida State Fairgrounds at 3 p.m. And then what else can we say but Fight Day, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship 6. The line is drawn live at the Florida State Fairgrounds Expo Hall. The doors open at 6, and our preliminary fights will be streaming live on our official Bare Knuckle Facebook page. And then after that, we go live worldwide on pay-per-view, and we show the world that this is the next big thing. So once again, on behalf of these fine gentlemen sitting before me, we thank you very much, and we ask you, it's going to be time to knuckle up. Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna do some questions. Guys, we got
Guys, back up over there, please. Team Malignaggi, go that way, guys. Paulie. Kevin, turn the table sideways. That's what the other one do.
So do face off for the TV.
Guys,
face
out of
off.
the way, please.
Both of y'all need that.
Wrong way.
That's it.
Everybody's good.
All right.
Guys, look out to the back of the camera, please.
The main event's gonna be fire tomorrow.
Woo!
Woo!
Right face camera. For the cameras now. Let's do it for the cameras. Yeah.
You understand that, all right?
Nice pose.
Thank you.
Put the one finger up. One finger up. That's your wife's face.
My wife likes 2 fingers.
All right, come on. All right. Just a minute, just keep them right there. I'm ready to fall down.